Hello YouTube, it's me, 619, rocking my own custom made hat. Got the different A's on it, you know, for Atlanta or whatever. An SSP up the side, and in the middle. I had the black done first and went over and got the white done. Set me back a little bit, but it's alright, you know. Sipping on some Doritos Mandarin made in Mexico. So you know it's good for you. I'm surprised they didn't put a worm in the bottle. Just kidding. Anyways, I know it looks bright right here. I have to have my light on so you can see my bike better. I'm doing a review on my Haro 200.3. And right here it is in the catalog to the very right here. Right here. And over to this side it has all the specs of it. Now at the other side. And it has all the specs of it. And I don't know if you can read it, but it says the 200 series bikes have more options than any other series in the 2011 line. With 3 sizes, 3 platforms, and 3 colors, it's the only one on the market with a compact 18.5-inch top tube. This allows someone to get a 20-inch wheeled bike sooner than they could with any other brand. 200 series bikes are available in 18.5 inches small, 20 inches small, and 20.5 medium. I have the 20.5. It comes with the full high-tension steel frame and top tube, sizes 18.5, 20, and 20.5. 3-piece chromoly, 8-spine crank, 175 millimeter, with USA loose ball BB. Kenda contact tires, 200 or 20 inches by 2.25 in the front, and then 20 by 1.95 in the rear. Alloy 990 U-brake, 8-inch rise bar, alloy front load system, 25/9 gearing. For the 200 point, that was the specs for 200.1 and 200.2. You add 1 set of pegs and a cable detangler, and for 200.3, which is what I have, you add the front 990 brake, cable detangler, and 2 pegs for the 200.3. Right here it is in the very bottom on the catalog, and I think they have it in what's called Scissor. An SG black. Now I went to Greenland's because I didn't want to sit and wait and order a bike, and I got the double platinum because I just like the look of a silver bike. You know, it just looks good. Sometimes it don't. Right here it is in the catalog right here. Like I said, and then up again at the top right here, and put that to the side. And right here it is. Point my camera down a little bit. Yeah, this looks way better. My last video was too dark, and the quality was worse because it's so dark. The more like the better on my Dell Inspiron camera. Alright, where do I want to start with? This set has 990 U-brake in the front and back. I'm not going to take the reflectors off. I still have the chain guard on. I like to let the reflectors just fall off. It's just something I've always done because I don't like taking them off, you know. Just let them break off. Got the detangler right here. And I know a couple people might not know what a detangler is, like a gyro or a gyro, and you can spin around, your cables don't get tangled up. And if you're new to the BMXing and you don't really know anything about bikes, I've been BMXing for about 2 years, I think it is, about 2 years, but I haven't really rode in about 6 months, really trying. Don't go for the big tricks like bar spins, you know. I go for just air time and style points in the balls. But I had a cheaper bike and it wasn't a Haro. Now that I have a Haro, I probably will be doing X-ups before you know it. And, what's it called, bar spins and tail whips and all that. I got the 4 pegs set up like it says in the catalog. 990U brake in the front, detangler, reflector. They thought it was a little weird though when I got it over at Greenleaf's because I'm over in Knoxville, Tennessee. I wanted my rear brakes, which is on the right here, to be up real high, and on the left one, which is right here for the front brakes, I like it real low, because it's just something I just preference, a personal preference. I mean, some people like them down like low, and some people like my pie. It's just what feels natural, and it feels more natural to have my rear brakes up here because I'm right-handed, and have my left hand down here because I play guitar, and it just feels more natural. I get a better grip on the front brakes. So, and I also have it set up like that, so when I come up into stoppie, you know, my hand's not all the way up here; it's down here. Or get over here where you can see me a little bit better. When I go up on a stoppie, alright, see, if I had them both like this, my right hand would be up here, or my left hand would be like up here, and it'd be unnatural for me because you see like how my wrists are, like here, let me pull up my shirt real quick. Like you see how my wrists are, like that just doesn't feel natural, and on the left, it feels more natural. Even though I'm right-handed, it feels more natural going down like this, because when I come up in the stoppie, you know, my hands are pointed the way my bike's going, or my left hand is, which is important for stopping, or doing stoppie. But I've also learned how to stop it by putting your foot up in the wheel, and cranking it up. Ah, shit! I broke my toe. And cranking it up and letting it go like that, and pulling it back. Oh, we should put our shoes on. Oh well. Anyways, I like the general setup. It's just good. The only thing I have tailored to what I like is the way the handle grips are set, and I'm about to get some. Either I'm gonna get some silver pegs, or I'm gonna get me some titanium ones, because I don't really like the plastic pegs. No offense to you guys who like the plastic pegs, which are lighter. I'm not gonna lie. It's just I just don't think you get the same grip with the plastic peg as you do with the metal peg. I mean, some people think you do, but I just don't. Because when your feet get wet, they're more prone to slide off on plastic, because when plastic gets wet and gets slick. Metal, on the other hand, if you have the metal peg sticking in your shoe, you're not really going to go too far. And your shoe wants to stay with them a little bit more. And but I like these pedals, though. I'm not going to sell them. I might keep them in case when I get metal ones, if they break or something happens. Or if I just don't like the metal pegs I get, and I'm going to put these back on. One thing I noticed when I got this bike is right down here. I don't know if you can see it too good, but I'll pull it up right here. There's a little mount for the cable, and mine goes up and under, or it goes through and under instead of through and down, so it doesn't hit the tire. And if it went down and mess with the tire and be grounded on the tire, and that's no good. I like the tires that are on it. I forgot what it said, what the tires are. Read it in the beginning. The owner's manual. I mean, you don't really need to. If you're good, or if you've already rode BMX before, and you've actually aired on it, and you got a good feel for one, you don't need an owner's manual. But it came with it, so it's something nice, I guess. They threw that in there, and it tells you like how to turn and stuff. Put your arms out. Although I never do that. I just lean and turn. And I might probably do some video tips whenever I get my camera set up and I have my friend with me, Haro, and probably do like how to do a stoppie easier, and how to like skift, which is drifting on a bike around a corner if you have the real brake set up, because sometimes you gotta do that because you ain't got time to slow down both brakes. And I've come in one of those situations before, and it actually helped, but it left a bald spot on my tire. But on these tires, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, unless I'm going like 100 miles an hour, just slam on the brakes. But this bike will fly. I think the fastest I've got it cranking it on pretty much a flat road going like up it, and it has just a little bit of tilt, but I think I got it up to about a little over 30 cranking it, and that's pretty good. I think, because I'm not really used to this bike yet. Like I said, I said in my other video, in which I recorded this over because it was too dark. That I got the stitch grips, I got the got my brakes real tight on it, and what was I about to say? Oh, I forgot. Probably not important, but good setup. Got my handlebars tilted a little bit to the back, even though I have a good reach. I want to have a little bit slack in my arms when I'm riding it like this, instead of being like this on the bike. You know, so it's a more natural position, because when you go up on a bike, I'll go back so you can see me. You want to have your arms like this. I'll raise my camera so you can see a little bit better. Like I said, I'm going to do tips and tutorials, whatever. But you want to have your arms about like this, so you can swerve, so you can go like this with the bike to get more momentum. I do it sometimes, but I think it's faster if you don't really do it, you know. Sometimes it depends, really. It depends on the situation. Like if it's going up a little uphill slant, you might want to tilt it back and forth a little bit to get some momentum, because you go right, left, right, left. And if you're pegging somebody on the back and you can't stand up, one thing I like about this bike, even though there's not too much pegging, not too much distance between the pegs and the pedals, whenever you peg somebody on here, like I did with my friend Harley, the only thing I don't like is, like, he has a big foot and I have a big foot, and like, my feet touch the pedals from if I put my heel on it, so that's about a size 10.5 shoe distance. And when you're like that, when you peg somebody, they're usually standing like this with the arch of their foot on the pegs. And let me get where you see it back like this, and they try to grip around it. They hold on to your shoulders, and you gotta crank. You gotta go right, left, right, and when you go to take a corner, you gotta swerve it a little bit, get momentum, and just hold on and go tight with the corners. But I'll probably do a video on that later. It's Tenstrial 619, my Haro 200.3 double platinum, rocking Zoo York. Like I said, Haro's a good bike. With $305 price tag for the 200.3, I can't really complain, because there's nothing wrong with it. It's a steel frame, pretty light bike. You know, I can lift it with either hand. I mean, I'm gonna lift it with my left hand. I can lift it with either hand, and I'm right-handed. That's one thing I like about it. It's got a small upper bar, so you can get your feet up and over easier. Like if you're like the other day, I about wrecked on it, and I got my foot was like this because I jumped over something off a curb, and I lost grip, and I didn't have too far of a step to go up and over like this to get on this side of the bike. I was about to fall, and I couldn't just put one foot down. I jumped up over this, and I went like this, you know. I'll probably make videos later of how to ride a little bit easier, make your ride a little bit easier. But I guess I'm going to tell you a quick tip. If you're riding off a curb or something, don't let your front wheel hit first, because that's just the worst thing you want to do. Because when you're coming off a corner, if you're coming off a curb like this, it's just like bound to go wrong. Because when you hit like this, your center of gravity or your balance is going this way, and it's easier if you pull up on the front tire and try to make both tires land at the same time, so just one tire doesn't take the damage. Because I've been a rim doing that on one of my bikes. It was a mountain bike, and I tried to jump something, and I landed on my back tire and it bent my rim, but it wasn't bad. It just bent the lip of it, but got that dented out. But I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. I got 70 psi on these tires, each one, and I don't think landing real hard is gonna be a problem, except for the recoil tires. It's Tenstrial 619, my custom hat, long hair, and as I call it, my Liberty wings are coming back a little bit.